Oh, shoot. I forgot all about du jour. Dang it. Hey, YouTube. I'll wait till y'all come on in the room. Hey, who's on here? Dorian, Erica. Go ahead, put an algorithm as you enter the room. Get it. We go ahead and give it thumbs up. Then I'll start. I ain't gonna be here long because I'm kind of tired. All right, so let me wait for a few more minutes. Hey, Sally. Hey, Dorian. Just as I thought. I know you're listening. All right, y'all. 4 people in the room. 4 for 4. Give me a thumbs up. I'm going to start in a few minutes, so I ain't going to be here too long. So what's going on, Dorian? I know you're listening at work. What's going on, Sally? How's your weekend? I don't know why these dang flies keep flying in this damn window. I guess I'm going to close it. That's what I need to do. An hour. I'm going to try, but I can't promise on that one. You know, I always say that and it end up going 2-3 hours. Especially since I don't have to go back to work until Thursday. But that's going to be part of my announcement. So I know I went back to work last night or Saturday, and it went pretty good. You know, I wasn't in pain. So obviously the first night wasn't so much in pain. I didn't have to felt a need to sit down. I didn't feel no pain in my feet in terms of neuropathy or nothing like that. So that's a good thing. So hey, these nuts. Don't be saying stuff like that you don't mean, so don't say stuff. And I have a reason why I feel that way, so don't do that. People come online trying to flirt and then they go crazy if you know. I don't want that whole scenario again. So anyway, so last night was pretty good. It wasn't bad. I didn't feel pain in my feet. You know, I still feel a little tingly here and there, but I started to feel not excruciating pain, but right around midnight, as I thought, like 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, I felt, you know, I could feel maybe my sugar was elevating a little bit, but because you know I can't take the glipopene at work because it's supposed to make you feel drowsy, and so mhm, that's all right. These nuts. It's just sometimes I have to, with that fool that I dealt with. He would come on and do that mess, and then turn around and be verbally abusive. Did I drink any? I did not drink water today. Not today. Not as much as I think I. Well, let me think. No, no. I'm gonna drink some water before I go to bed tonight because I will be doing that. But as long as I'm eating fresh foods, like if I would eat watermelon and stuff like that, it has a lot of water content. But mm, I didn't drink a whole lot of water today. I did drink a big cup of water, but I'm gonna drink more water before I go to bed. Cause pretty much when I got up, well, let me tell you what happened. So let me finish with Amazon. So basically, that went pretty good. I was able to move. I wasn't feeling my ankles, and I felt I wasn't suffering from any inflammation because usually my feet were swole up, and I think with the medication, that's kind of helping it some. So that's pretty good, and I did eat a very good lunch slash dinner. I had broccoli and I had the salmon cakes that I made that I took to work. So, and then I did eat a bag of chips, but that just takes used to. And the only reason why I bought the chips because it was on sale, two for $3. That little bag, not little the little bag, but the bag it used to be like $1.89. Now it's $1.99. And I think the only reason why I um bought that just because someone like a um snack. But I ate one yesterday and then one today when I was out and about. So, but other than that, I wouldn't be buying it. Not if it was regular, not regular price because it went up to 190. I ain't paying $2 for a half an empty bag of chips. And it was, and trust me, I was like, it was not hardly nothing in that bag. That was kind of a waste of $3. I could have got something else, but it is what it is. So anyway, so let me go ahead and get this out the way. So later on that evening, my manager comes to me and she tells me, oh, HR wants to see you. And I was like, uh-oh. Now, Amazon usually fires people not in person. If you got let go at Amazon, it's either because of your you use up all your unpaid time off leave or not coming to work, or they'll try to write you up if you did, like an error or whatever. So I went there. I was like, so I went there and they gave me good news. My last day was last night at the Braselton facility, and they processed my hardship to be transferred to the Amazon around the corner from my house. So starting Thursday, I'll be working the same schedule, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I'll be working. What the hell? All right, cat. I hear the cat. I'm like, it better not be. So I'll be going to the Amazon facility around the corner from my house. Literally, I just go up the street, go up the road, boom. So I'll be working closer to my house, which is only what, maybe 2 miles. No, I won't say it's 2 miles. I would say it's probably more like three, maybe give or take. Shut up, cat. Y'all hear that? That don't sound like any of the cat that I got. That sounds like somebody else's cat. Probably all standing next to the porch and somebody's invaded somebody's territory. Anytime I hear that, somebody else be coming around. There used to be this bully cat that used to hang. They used to come around. I haven't seen that cat for a long time. And I guess if I'm gonna go downstairs before I go when I go downstairs, I'm gonna open the door and see who it is doing that. But anyway, so I'll be working around the corner from my house. I don't have to drive an hour to get to work or an hour and a half, depending on school bus traffic in the mornings, particularly like on a Friday morning. So, and I do drive the back way, but it's pretty much a straight shot to Brazelton. So I said, I'll be, so I just came back to work just to turn around. That was my last day at that facility. Now it would have came, hey Colas, it would have came sooner if I didn't go on medical leave. So if I didn't go on medical leave, I probably would have known 2 weeks ago. But because I was off leave and I came back, that's when they told me. So I'll be going to Amazon around the corner from the house. So no longer do I have to worry about spending more money in gas. And only time I'll be spending money is when I do my other gigs. All right, Cat, you ain't gonna be meowing like that all night. It better not be giving nobody. Better not be pregnant, because not to say it'll be this time of year, but anywho, so I'm looking forward to that. But of course, I've been hearing some not good things about Stone Mountain location. So I said, if I don't like it, don't worry, I'll come right back to Brazelton in 30 days. So I said, if it's ratchet, I'll come right on back. And I didn't mind driving out there anyway. It wasn't that bad of a drive, to be honest. It was not that bad of a drive, but it was just more feasible to be closer to house, to be closer to home, and especially when I start working at especially when I start working at Intuit, and then if I do that training program that I'm supposed to start this week, then working closer will be probably better. It will help a whole lot, put it that way. So we'll see. But pretty much I said, well, all I gotta do is come to work, show up on time, and do my work. I'm doing the same job that I was doing. So it ain't that difficult. I don't, but the only complaint I hear the most is the size of the facility. They said it's like 5 stories. I'm gonna show y'all when I'm not gonna do a live stream, but like I'll probably do it tomorrow when I'm out and about. I'm gonna show y'all the outside the building. I can't film inside, but I can show you what it looks like outside and how big and huge this facility actually is. So all I know is when I was driving back home and I said, what's this long line? Then I realized it's a lot of people who work there at Stone Mountain, the fulfillment center. It was like a whole bunch of cars, so it was like people, depending on where they lived or, driving in, it was like kind of, it's huge, put it that way. So I know if for me to get there, at a whatever time, because that Amazon works pretty much around the clock in regards to scheduling. There is no certain time that nobody's not working. You could drive there around midnight, somebody's because they got a shift. You could be there at 3 in the morning, somebody's working. If it's 5 in the morning, afternoon. So it's sounding like 7 days a week, 24 hours a day in regards to how they process orders. Yeah, if it's one of those the newer facilities, it is huge. Yep, it sure is. Even at night. The facility I worked at in Brazelton is nowhere. It's like it's the size of their basement. So the most complaint that I seem to hear is the size. It's 5 stories. They said each floor has its own break room, and it's the size of a football field. That's how big it is. And they said that walking to the break room is like a good little walk. So it's like by the time you walk to a break room and then walk back, your break is over. So I don't know. I'll see. Now that might be a good thing because then I could see how many more steps I'll be taking. Now I don't walk around as much when I'm working. Basically it's like you in a little section and then you stow and so you're not really walking from one end to the next. Now they say that walk into the break room or where I don't know. I'll let y'all know how that comes Thursday when my first day at that new facility, how it looks and how much walking. But I know one thing: when I went there a couple weeks ago just to drive around the parking lot just to see what it looked like, it's like you have to almost walk a good distance just to get to the building. Well, it'll be good in the sense that I'll get my steps in. That's for sure. No, I just get to work whatever time, feel that I could get a good parking space and just walk and be there on time to clock in. So I'm not as long as I don't have to be driving around trying to look for parking, but I guess it depends how that works. So I'm not saying that I'm expected to get parked in the front, but at the same time, as long as it's I don't it ain't gonna be bad. Walking that probably helped me more so walking that distance and get more steps in because I would literally get 8,000 plus steps in when I was working at the other facility, and I was going to the bathroom, going to the break room, leaving for the day, and that's it. So I'm just gonna mind my business. You got to socialize. Like the HR person told me, he said you could either you can stay to yourself or a social, but it pretty much nobody bothers you. They said you pretty much on your own. You're pretty much good on your own with working. Nobody bothers you. So, but like I said, I don't. I wanted to work there since last year when I was working at Amazon Fresh. When I was working in Duluth, I wanted to work there, but then it was a lot of people from the location that I was working at was working there. Some of them were supervisors or whatever. So it'd probably be so big I probably wouldn't even bump into these people. And if I do, I wouldn't even care. I doubt they'll be the supervisors, but I heard that a lot of people get promoted. It's easy to get promoted at that facility because it's so huge and there's a lot of opportunities. That's what the HR person said. So, well, that's what they said. See, Amazon don't micromanage because everything is so measured by that on a computer. Everything you stole, the time it takes you to pick up a box, scan it, put it, that's measured. Everything is measured. So if you make an error or whatever, say, it calculates that. It tells you how many errors you made. So everything is measured. It's not a person analyzing anything. It's analyzed basically on a computer. So, but supposedly they did the analytics from the time you pick up, like depending on if it's a small package, medium package, large. Everything is measured. Like if it's like like say it was like 100 bottles of these. It's like that's small, so and then you measure everything in the size. Uh, Well, when I looked at my little paperwork they gave me, I saw it was a little increase. So that might be true. But if minimum wage was to go up to $15, the regular minimum wage, not to say it's based on that, but they are Amazon does pretty much pay double than what the standard minimum wage is, which is $7.50. So come on, Fly. Damn. You wait till I go to Dollar Tree and give me a fly trap. But anyway, they probably gonna go up to that amount. I didn't really looked at the board, but it did show like it goes in how many months you've been there, and so many months you've been there, you get an increase because they don't really base raises on merit. Everybody gets the same pay. Everybody gets the same amount. That's why I said whether somebody who stole 10,000 packages versus someone who stole $8,000, and ain't nobody who does more going to get more money. Everybody gets the same. I don't know. I mean, it's so many different things you could do there. You could be what they call a learning ambassador, which basically is like when somebody's new or they do training, somebody stands there with a pad. They're not really, see, they don't really do no big old, I don't know. Then you could be problem solver, like something happens to a package that can't scan, and then you walking around with this computer laptop on a cart, and you walking with to help people look at the if there was a problem packaging or something wrong with scanning. So it's a whole lot of different things you could do. HR, which that's what I want to do. My ain't that's not my ultimate goal. Shut up, cat. And because I'm supposed to start that program I was telling you about, Generation. Let me put it in here, Colas. You can look at it. Go online and look at this because I supposed to start orientation for this program to become a junior software developer. And it's a nonprofit, it's free. And I think they have it in shut up. Just go and look at this. I don't know if this should be the website. It's generationusa.org. And it's a nonprofit organization, and they have different training from Java, software developer. They don't have cybersecurity, but you can start in a technical field where they also pay for like certifications, and it could also lead to other things. So since Amazon has various different positions categorized from, career minded, I could actually probably just stay where I'm at Amazon and try to hang in there as much as I can. And then this program, I'm supposed to start 3 days of the orientation. And it's supposed to be Mountain Central Time. And the only thing that's going to be an issue is if it ends at a certain time in the day, because I'm going to be on Eastern Time Zone. That might be a problem because if it ends at 7ish, I'm supposed to be at work at that time, and I'm supposed to be in the computer or whatever, then that might be an issue. But I have to see. I have to see how that goes because they're supposed to have an Atlanta cohort, which is the Atlanta Technical College that's supposed to start November. So I may see if they'll let me change it to another month or a couple months. I don't know. I'll work that out. I have to work that out because I don't understand what you mean, which is the position. Are you talking about Amazon or are you talking about Generation USA? Hey, Shelly Shell. It's not a position, it's a program. You basically fill it out and you answer some questions. You have to take an assessment test of some sort. It's not hard. And you choose which ones interest you. Now, when you choose which one you're interested in, and once you get accepted, that's the one you got to keep. So you really want to make sure you look at each different program that may interest you, because I applied earlier in this month of September, and actually I didn't get anything about the decision until I had looked in my inbox, which was in the not really spam, but it showed that I had got accepted in the Denver cohort. I chose the Junior Development Java program. I didn't want to do technical support, like anything like technical support per se. I wanted to do the Java Junior Web Developer. They also have the Junior Cloud. So it's more like you do software developer. That's what I chose. I chose something more of a software developing to learn, and it's a boot camp style. So, and they said they help people look for jobs, and basically the nonprofit organization, which Verizon funds millions of dollars, they trying to get people in these careers that's in demand that they can't seem to fulfill. So, but I know Orlando. I think Orlando's on the list of one of the cities, but you can live anywhere across the country. So I'm looking forward to starting. Now, unless they change the schedule, they said they will let us know. But I haven't heard anything back about the login information, or, you know, how it's the 3 day mandatory orientation is this week. So there was a lot of things that happened this week that I'm supposed to be preparing for. I'm supposed to take my EA enrollment exam. I have not studied for my enrolled agent for Intuit TurboTax, not required. So I may have to ask for another voucher and reschedule it later on in the year. I'm supposed to go and get my colonoscopy. I have not prepared. You're supposed to drink something. You're supposed to get and Gatorade to clean out your system. So I'm supposed to get that done. The salary is not based. The salary is based on where you find a job. But positions like that is anywhere from 80,000 plus and up for entry level. These are high paying careers that they're preparing people for. You don't have to pay for the program, for the courses. They after you finish, they have a career coach. They have partnerships with a lot of big companies that they have people place. So when you go with Generation USA, they have a high placement rate. If you look at the numbers and stuff, now it's not 100% placement, but it's like 75%. But you have to figure some people probably didn't finish the program or whatever the case may be. But in regards to positions like the junior web developer, things like that, those entry level positions pays pretty well. So I didn't want to do, like I said, I didn't want to do technical support, because sometimes those technical support positions is like customer service type. I don't want to do that per se. I want to do something more higher skill, and then you can always come back. You can always go back and pursue further education. Because see, what they do is they work with a lot of area colleges. Like the cohort that I'm in is actually Denver Technical College. So whichever local unit college, mostly a technical college, they're gonna be affiliated with and teach you whichever program that interests you. But the thing about that, you have to make the thing about that is this time is Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or whatever local time zone says. My time zone is going to be West time zone. Then um, it's going to be forward. But that's one thing I need to. I'm waiting for someone to respond because the time frame may kind of be a factor for me because yeah, I could still work at Amazon, but those days, Thursdays and Thursday, Friday, those couple of hours, if I'm not able to stay in that class that whole time, I may have to um, change the cohort date. But they haven't. They said it may change, so I don't know. So if something changes for me to start date, they'll let me know in the email. So I've been checking my email to make sure there's no changes because sometimes I may get an email and then I don't see it. So I have to make sure I keep checking. But there's no phone number I could actually call anyone. I emailed the person and asked them a question, but they haven't responded back. So, but it's legit though. And there's a lot of opportunities I could tell you. I mean, I will still work at TurboTax because I make my own schedule. That's a good thing. And Amazon, if I have to use some of my unpaid time off, because that's one good thing about working her up the street, I could say, oops, I need um such and such a time off. I could use it in increments. I don't have to really blow up all my days. So, but it did say that the program ends January of next year, January 22nd of next year. So November, December, so it's like 3 months, and it's a boot camp style, so that means it's very quick. It means they teach you. They don't, it's not theories and stuff. But I'll see what happens in the 3 day orientation. I'll see how it goes with the 3 day orientation, and I could go and I'll go from there. So that's a good thing. So if y'all didn't catch, yeah, you have to do a lot of self practice even after the class. That's why I said I ain't gotta be, put so much thinking and thought when it comes to Amazon. You just go to work, store some packages, and that's it. I ain't gotta think. I ain't gotta be, oh my God. I mean, TurboTax, are you helping people with taxes and stuff, especially when tax season comes? You know, that requires a lot of thought of answering people's questions and stuff like that. But the thing is, I make my own schedule. As long as I commit 20 hours a week with TurboTax, I'll be fine. Like I said, I'll see what happens between now and um now and then. There's a lot of things. I have a lot of options. I just have to realize I have to be there 30 days, and if I don't like it, I'll go right back to Brazelton, or I could put in a shift request. I think Amazon do let you change your schedule a little bit if you're going to school. So if I'm going to school, I could put in a in school schedule adjustment. So if I have to go to school or take classes somewhere, they will let you change, revise your schedule a little bit. And when I was gone for medical leave and I came back, they were telling me they was offering overtime. I was like, what? They had overtime today. And they had 10-hour overtime to work Sunday or 4 hours for overtime today. It was not mandatory. And this is at Brazelton. And then the other guy told me, his name is Sydney, he told me they had overtime on Labor Day. So they got paid working on Labor Day. They got paid time and a half. They got holiday pay and time and a half. I was like, what? I said, how much was your check? So he said he worked 10 hours that Labor Day And over time, he made his check, and because we get paid weekly, so his check was over a little bit about $1,000. It was like a little bit over $1,000 in that one week working that holiday. So it's this time of the year now that Amazon is hiring. They announced it today when I was listening to the radio. They was like they had a no, it depends on your schedule. If you work, Amazon don't close on the holidays. They don't have Thanksgiving off and all that stuff and Christmas. If you Amazon is open all year round. They're not closed on no holiday. If you schedule on a holiday, you get holiday pay. So if you work your day falls on a holiday, like I work Thursday, my day would fall on Thanksgiving, so I would get holiday pay and I'll get paid my regular pay. So it's like you get paid double time. So you get holiday pay and then you get your regular pay. Now a lot of people, I don't know why people get so confused about that. I said, if your day is a day that falls on a holiday, you don't get time and a half. That's not overtime. You getting paid. Like it would say 10 hours, no, 10 hours holiday pay, then your regular hours 10 hours. So I work 36 hours. So that means rather than getting paid 36 hours, you actually would get paid 46 hours, which would then calculate the overtime and the holiday pay. So, and I said that we don't work a 40-hour week. So I said in actuality, um, it's like $30, no, $200 less than you would get when I calculated it. But I mean, it just all depends. I don't know. Like I said, it's if you're looking for a job and you live in an area that has an Amazon facility. Oh, I'm gonna address that in a minute. Let me finish my thought. So, if you're looking for a job, I would say go to a fulfillment center versus an assortment center. Now you say, what's the difference? I don't know. I mean, it's a difference, but at the same time, choose one that's location that's near you, and Amazon seems to be everywhere, so that shouldn't really be too hard to find. Because even in smaller cities and stuff, they'd be building up a facility. Now, in regards to my bonus sign on, so I went to human resource and asked them about it. He looked it up. It said I wasn't eligible. And they said, have you worked at Amazon before? I said, yes, around last year. So they're going to try to tell me because I worked there last year or a former employee, I wasn't eligible for the bonus. So they told me if I have a letter showing that I'm supposed to get the sign on bonus, they need to attach it to the case. So now I'm going to call tomorrow and ask them, can you resend me my offer letter? That's that because if that offer letter stated I'm supposed to get that bonus, then I have to show them proof here. Because everything is so robotic at Amazon. Everything, they don't be having no eyeball human person to really look into a lot of things. And these people be all over the world. It could be somebody up in Costa Rica, and they be like, well, we don't find it. And they'll just tell you anything. So I'm not going to let that go. And if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. All I know is, that's just less tax that I have to pay. So it ain't like it's free, At the same time, I had to pay taxes on that. So I'm not gonna fret over it. But I will let them look at that. I will let them give me my offer letter and give me the copy. And if it said it anywhere, then fine. But if it doesn't say that, then they owe me that bonus pay. I'll get it. I will get it eventually. I will get it one way or the other. So But if you was to apply for Amazon Colas and you wanted to, and you see sign-on bonus at the location, because I even read there was a $3,000 sign-on bonus. I was like, what the hell? I even saw that today. So I don't know who gets a $3,000 sign-on bonus or whatever, because Amazon has Amazon Pharmacy, Amazon Transportation, Amazon. I mean, it's like every position at Amazon is not always the same. Like I said, there's corporate positions, which is the one that I'm trying to gear towards in the technical aspect of it, especially if I go to this boot camp. I could just apply. I'm already an employee. I said, oh, I want to be the junior developer at Amazon and apply. So there's positions at Amazon other than warehouse work. You don't have to gear yourself towards um, a warehouse job. That's why Amazon has these programs. Now, the new thing they got going on is, if I tell you have to wait for a whole year before you could go and apply to go to school, and they paid 95% of the tuition, but they didn't cover for bachelor's degrees. Now, because there was such a wide demand of hiring that they need people, they said now it's 90 days and they pay for 100% tuition. What? Terry Tips? What the hell you doing on here? I know I finally released you to come back into the room, so I finally saw your name and put and unblocked you. So now they offer 90 days. You have to work for Amazon 90 days, and then you could go to a bachelor's program or any school that you want. Not any school, because they haven't opened up the thing for me to review it. But if you was interested in a new career, Amazon will pay for it. Now it's 100%. So that's a good thing. Hmm. I was looking at the warehouse specialist for OSHA. I don't know. Well, OSHA, that's a whole different agency. That has nothing to do with Amazon. All the positions is called warehouse associate, one way or the other. That's what it's a. You're a warehouse associate, but they have other careers listed. But you have to have the experience. You have to have the whatever or education or whatever the case you have to have. But I always said for people, if you have a high school, if you have a child, they ain't plan on going to no military. They don't plan on going to college. They don't plan on going to school. Or if they can't afford to go to school, if they can't afford to go to school or college or whatever, I would honestly say working at Amazon is a good option, especially if you're gonna get paid $18 an hour. WHS. I don't know what that is. What you put there. Now you have to realize a lot of these links you see for Amazon, it'd be third party companies. So you got to actually go to Amazon.com/jobs. Go to the actual Amazon website. Some of those things you see on those job post websites, they be listing Amazon and they be listing certain positions. Doesn't really it's a third party company. Okay. You just put all that in one sentence. I mean, it's Amazon's WHS specialist. Well, I don't know what FLVIA, the Muse is. I don't know what the Muse is. That's what I'm saying. You can't go to those. If it doesn't say Amazon, website, not the moves going through, going through some back door or whatever. You just make sure it has Amazon jobs and it has actually Amazon, not the moves or Jobvite or whatever. Now the $3,000 sign-on bonus depends on the position. Not all the positions is 3,000. Some of those sign-on bonuses is for more probably high-level positions, not warehouse. Warehouse associates is either going to be $1,000, and it's not all locations either. They always say that. They always say that. It's a warehouse. They have to support the environment of safety and follow OSHA's rules. But to say you want to be an OSHA specialist, unless that position says OSHA specialist, Amazon careers, and you see the posting with the requisition number, that's when you click on it. Well, it's not that high of a position to be honest. But that's not the same. That's not what I was talking about, Colas. I'm talking about the technical aspect of IT, not OSHA. I'm talking about software developer, programmer, Azure, what's the other Amazon's AWS. That those positions pays. They not the $52,000 jobs. I'm talking about those software developers. AWS and the Azure iCloud developer. I'm talking about that. Not OSHA. That ain't. You could get an OSHA certificate and learn OSHA rules and stuff. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about the one for OSHA and those other ones. But still, even to do that, this is not that bad. It all depends on your skill set and what you want to learn and what you want to put yourself to do. I just know if you want to work at Amazon and you want to go back to school, whether you get a certificate or whatever, they're gonna basically pay for the ones that's preparing for those jobs that's needed for the next 10 years or beyond. Well, if I get it, I get it. I just need to contact HR and tell them, can you send me my offer letter? And if that offer letter says the bonus, then I'll just have it open up to HR again. I mean, if I don't get it and they say no, it says right here, you show me in writing that it states otherwise, then I ain't gonna worry about it. That just be less money I gotta worry about getting taxed. You know, I can make $1,000 just doing merchandising gig work and do that. But I did find me another. Remember I told you about that other company that was driving for deliveries. So I checked the app for the last 2 days, and they had routes available. I didn't choose it though. I said, wait a minute, they got 3 hour routes that pay $66, and I didn't want to. So I said, I'm one of these days I'm gonna choose a route, but it's every day, so I could actually go on the app and see if they. I'm not doing it tomorrow because I got something I need to do tomorrow. I gotta do the other stores tomorrow. I got so much things going on. I got so many different things popping on. But Terry Tips, what you been up to? You ain't been making no YouTube videos lately. And I don't really go on Facebook for the Uber drivers, not like that. Because I don't do Uber Eats and I don't do Uber and Lyft. I never did Lyft anyway. So what you been doing, Terry Tips? I haven't seen no videos from you lately. Did you find a regular job or a real job? I thought you wanted to work at the police, at the sheriff department. I know you're gonna be no police because you're too old. You can't be a police. You have to be a certain age, and I can't see you doing that. So what you been up to, Terry Tips? Let me let Terry Tips type in what he needs to type in so I can know what he's up to. And Shelly Shell, you could also y'all can respond. Just be interactive within the chat. And Sally, he too. I don't want to be having one person monopolize the whole thread because I'm trying to wait for a response. Because y'all better respond because I ain't staying here for 3 hours. It's already been 51.16, so I did say an hour, so I got 9 more minutes. Who is Terry Tips? What? You don't know who Terry Tips is? He was, okay, me, de jour, Uber Lady Charlotte, and Toya ATL. We all met in person a few years ago. Uber Lady Charlotte, aka Kim, that lived in Charlotte, she has a YouTube channel, and she came to Atlanta, and we all met up together, and we went out and stuff. And Terry Tips was one of them. Now, Terry Tips, the infamous Terry Tips, he would be doing Uber and Lyft and the food deliveries in Atlanta. He's in Atlanta. And he would make these YouTube videos, him doing Uber, and then he did Uber Eats. But he was one of, I can't say the big channel, but he was one of the higher end earners when he was doing Uber. Because I think he did Uber way before most people have done Uber. He's like Jermaine Ellis, but Jermaine Ellis, he was in San Francisco, so he was kind of aware of all those apps because they all came out of San Francisco Bay Area at first. So Terry Tips was one of the people who was on YouTube who was doing Uber full time, and he was making YouTube videos, and he did a lot of videos and stuff, and he had a lot of following. I think he started a Facebook group too. Yep, the infamous Terry Tips. I'm surprised you didn't know who that is, Colas. He probably been doing, I don't know if he's still on here. It seemed like he dropped off. What the hell? I used to watch his channel a lot, but he haven't been making a whole lot of videos, so I haven't got any notifications. Yep, he was right here in Atlanta. I want to say he did, when the time I did Uber Eats and all those gig work. Yeah, he made good money. That was his full-time job. That was his full-time gig. So for him to do it full-time, and he was doing it way longer than most people who would start doing Uber and stuff. He probably did Uber when they started from the beginning. I don't know, because he's not saying nothing in the chat. All right, Terry Tips. Also, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Just like I subscribe to you, you can subscribe to me. I know a lot of people be making YouTube channels talking about, I don't do sub for sub, I'm like, if you have a subscriber that watches your channel and supports your channel and comments and stuff, I don't know why people think that they don't do sub for sub. So you think somebody's supposed to support your channel, subscribe to your channel, and and they talking about I don't do sub for sub. It's this one person they do gardening. She would mention that, from Mississippi, and she kind of turned me off after a while because she kind of turned her channel into talking about groceries and saving money and um, gardening and stuff. Then she went on this rampage about wanting to do T-shirts and wanting to do this and all this kind of stuff, and she don't do sub for subs, and I was like, why should somebody watch your channel, support and be a subscriber of your channel, and then you don't subscribe to their channel, and then you turn around and say I don't do sub for sub? I'm like, first of all, you could have a whole lot of subscribers on YouTube, but that's not even the money is not even made on the number of subscribers. It's based on, yes, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, but it's a whole lot of things more factor in that. You know, that's why I had to go through my little list and start saying, you know what, I'm going to unsubscribe to this person because some people get too big. Hey, de jour. Some people get too big. They act like um they just get too carried away. There people act like you can't subscribe to multiple people, more than one person that's in a certain segment. You know, I'm like, shoot. I'm just saying, if you're gonna if I reference someone's channel in my chat, or I reference them and stuff like that, and you talk about them and say you would think that they would offer it in return, especially if it's something of value and content. I know some people have mentioned me in the past. They would say, "Oh, Lady T, she does taxes and this, this, this." That's how I end up had that big influx of people who subscribed to my channel a couple years ago, because I've been on YouTube since 2011, and I wasn't talking about gig work and stuff. It was my weight loss journey. It was like a vlog of me taking pictures of me going to Stone Mountain and stuff. But I wasn't even thinking about you could monetize on YouTube until they told me, oh, until I clicked on it and they sent you an email notification about validating your account to get paid once you get to $100. But other than that little few $100s in there, that's just little money just to build up an emergency fund and maybe pay a little bill here and there, you know, until you really make it, until you start getting sponsorships and all these other bigger things where you really make money on YouTube, then that's when you put a lot of effort. I don't put, I ain't put a lot of effort. I don't edit no videos. I don't have no fancy camera, even though I have an old camera, but I don't have no fancy, all this fancy equipment and stuff like that. You know, I don't have a marketing content curator or nothing of the sort. I'm just here just to create a community of people and give people updates on things about myself, and if I wanted to grow my business, I'm not growing my tax consulting business from YouTube channels and making my money basically from YouTube. It's going to be advertised on YouTube because YouTube is the way to advertise one's own business, one's own career or whatever. You know, being on YouTube could hurt you and it could also help you. That's why you have to be careful about what you put on YouTube, especially if you have a certain type of job and people, because people look at your social media profile, they look at your Facebook, Instagram. So when these companies, they have a way of, finding who you are and determine they hire you or not. I got fired from a job working at a temp agency because I had mentioned it on YouTube. Just because I was on YouTube and I mentioned it on YouTube, I had the badge on or whatever, and I mentioned it. Y'all remember when I was working for that company, and next thing you know, I getting called. What do you mean? What I think about LinkedIn? What about it? LinkedIn's not a social media thing. So, I mean, LinkedIn is a it's just it shows about your professional. People apply for jobs. People look at jobs. It is what it is. Link you can't put LinkedIn in the same category as one of these social media, but it's a professional network. You have a profile. You put your profile on there, and that's it. It's not about what I think about it. It's what you choose to do. It's what you think about it. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, most people have LinkedIn. That ain't no. If you're looking for networking, you're looking for a job, if you're looking for a career, then you got a LinkedIn. Most people ask for your LinkedIn account when you apply for a job. They ask you, what is your LinkedIn account? When you apply for a job, they ask you, what's your link for your LinkedIn profile? And that's how companies review people. I mean, if you're looking for a job or looking for a career or applying for a job, everyone should have some type of LinkedIn. That ain't no big deal. All LinkedIn is nothing more than an online about your online resume. That's all. I'm not a career coach. My channel's not about that, so I can't answer something like that. I know if I have a LinkedIn account, it would tell me about my experience. It would tell me about, whatever my jobs that I list on there. And if I wanted to apply for a company and they ask you, do you have a LinkedIn account? I say, yeah. And then I put the link on there and they'll look at it. That's all. But Cola, you be asking me questions, but you haven't respond. You sent me an email and your phone number, you didn't respond back. So don't ask me. And I ain't trying to be rude or nothing, but you, I sent you a message and you didn't even respond. So you need to work that out with yourself. All right, I've been on here an hour and 2 minutes, so I wasn't supposed to be on here beyond that. And did you? I'm sorry, we supposed to have done something today, but you ain't call me. I'm gonna check my phone in a minute, but you ain't call me. I told you I had to do that little stores, and I went back home, and you didn't call me. You see, Terry Tips is on here. Well, he was on here, DeJoy. You see, he was on the chat, but I don't know if he's back on here. It's 8 people on here, so I don't know. I know a couple of y'all are watching because y'all at work. Sally, what's going on? These nuts, why y'all not saying nothing? Y'all ain't been saying nothing in the last couple of days. I know, Sally, I know you told me sometimes you be driving home from work and watching. So these nuts, what you ain't saying nothing? I'm gonna give y'all extra 5 more minutes, then I'm gonna go because oh, you meant next week. You said Sunday. You told me this last week. You asked me. All right, we'll do next week then. You're not off during the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because I just made the announcement that I'll be working at the Stone Mountain location come Thursday. They approved my hardship transfer, so I won't be driving to Brazelton. I'll be actually working around the corner at the new Amazon facility. Joy, you should come here and apply for Amazon if you wanted to. I don't know. At least do Amazon. I'm quite sure there's one closer to you where you live. All right, y'all ain't saying nothing. I'm about to go. Well, thank you. Like I told them when I said, dang, I just came back to work and then I'm already leaving, transferring somewhere else. I told her, I said, if I don't like it, I'll be back in 30 days. They let you transfer every 30 days at Amazon. So if I don't like it, I'll be like, oh, going back. And one good thing about it is this is probably part of my master plan. Remember, I told y'all next year around this time, I'm gonna rent this house out or whatever. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm just gonna probably rent it or do rent out the rooms and stuff because I want to have a home base if I do that RV life. I want to do that. At least try it out for a couple weeks and see how that goes, especially next year. But I don't know because I have a strong feeling come 2022 this dang COVID thing don't go into. I know I keep saying I ain't gonna talk about this COVID thing. I have a strong feeling that there may be possible works of shutting down here in the United States. If they don't keep this, if this thing doesn't go into control in this last quarter of the year, they may have some serious shutdowns to control it, especially other places around the world are shutting down and stuff and going strict measures. So then somewhere I read about I ain't gonna be no forced stimulus. So don't come and say Teresa said ain't gonna be a forced stimulus. They was thinking about possibly be a fourth stimulus, not the ones that the state issues, like certain states are giving out for certain people, but there's a group of people, Democrats or somebody, trying to come up with a fourth stimulus and stuff. I said they crazy. I said no, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do a video or talk about fourth stimulus and if they was to have a fourth, what they should do and how they should do it this time around. Maybe they need to do it where everybody gets $20,000, $25,000, not a piece, but like per household. Not, oh, if you got a family of 3, you should get this amount. Everybody should get the same flat amount. Everybody in the household. So $25,000. That's it. Or 10,000 or something. Not to say that you don't go back to work, but I'm just saying, just give rather than nickel and diamond, because that's what it is, nickel and diamond, $1,400 here, $1,000 here. This, that's nickel and diamond. Give everybody just a flat rate of $10,000. That's it. Or 20,000 or whatever the amount that they could, and if you have a shutdown, which I do believe is going to happen, if this thing gets bad as it is, they'll do another. I do believe there'll be a government shutdown. And if there's a government shutdown, that's why I'm trying to stack up my little stockpile of groceries. Not because things gonna be falling off the shelf, but that's gonna happen. People gonna go crazy, buy water, buy everything up the world, but prices are just gonna increase. But when I went to Sam's Clubs, one of the Sam's Clubs, because one of them before I went to work, I actually was there before they opened. I said I was a vendor to service the machines, and I saw the Sam's Clubs. They were stocking up. I saw plenty of chicken wings up in Sam's Club. I was like, oh, look at this. Even though the price was still a little bit high, but it was like The big family pack was like $11 and stuff. I said, okay, that's not bad. But I don't have a Sam's Club membership, so I don't know why people showing these videos of Walmart. Look at the empty shelves at Walmart. I'm like, Sam's Club is owned by Walmart. Sam's Club is owned by Walmart, and Walmart ain't no major supermarket. They sell a whole bunch of other stuff. So I don't know why people insist on showing Walmart as a protocol of these are empty shelves. Look at this. They just didn't get there yet. So, I mean, there's still some logistic issues and stuff going on with the deliveries, but once they get to the area that they're at, they'll stock them up, and it'll be a minute before prices start to flatten down, and because all economics, supply and demand, that's all that is. That's all that is. So, but if there's another shutdown, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's gonna happen these last 3 months. These last quarter of the year, it's gonna really telltale signs is what's gonna happen. I hope it ain't so. I hope it doesn't. I hope people wake up, get this vaccine before all these things. But 2022, it's gonna be a whole lot of changes, from insurance companies to companies' insurance premiums going to be going up to a whole new ball game. So, anywho, ain't nobody saying nothing, so I'm going to go. So, good night, Shelly Shell, Terry Tips, DeJour, Dorian, Sally, these nuts. Who else I'm missing? If I'm missing somebody, let me know. All right. Y'all ain't got nothing to say. So there's 6 of y'all left. 3 of y'all probably watching in the background. Somebody already went to bed, and somebody I see went down to 5. All right. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Thanks again. And speak to y'all tomorrow. Bye, Dorian. Bye, Sally. Bye, Colas. Bye, Shelly Shell, Terry Tips, Dorian, DeJour. Who else lurking in the background? I don't think it'd be on here. Erica, maybe. All right. All y'all. Have a good night.